Hello, friends, and Gigi from the future. I literally just broke my tripod, so we're gonna do silly angle for today, but I wanted to come on here and talk about the art of a flop era or the art of flopping, because I think flopping is the best thing a person can do in their life. Let me get into it. If you are flopping, if you are in a flop era, in essence, that means you are trying. And I think trying is the coolest thing a person can do in their life. Like, you have one life, why not try everything, you know? The next coolest thing I think a person can do in their life is to fail at the thing that they are trying. And it's like, why would you say that? Because if you fail at something, then you can learn from it, grow from it, and then you can try it again with the new information that you have. Like, unless you are a prodigy at everything, then you probably are like me and most people, and you suck at everything you do. For example, I've probably done like every sport. I've done so many hobbies. I've worked so many entry-level jobs, and all of them I started off awful. I'm like genuinely jack of no trades, but usually I try things because I'm like, that looks fun. Why not try it? I only have one life, YOLO. So you try it and then you fail. You fail. I feel like you can't get good at things unless you fail 100 times at that thing. And then all of a sudden I fail enough times and I started off awful, like, two left feet kind of person. And then all of a sudden I'm on the state soccer team. All of a sudden I'm on the state swim team. All of a sudden I am like the president of the Latin club. All of a sudden I am like, nah. Not to be like tooting my own horn or anything, but that none of that would have happened if I didn't try, if I wasn't okay with the thought of trying and failing at that thing. And I guess I've kind of noticed as of recent, I'm in Gen Z, and we're known as the guinea pig generation for social media because we grew up alongside, like, in our developmental phase, we use social media. So I grew up at 8, I had Facebook. At like 11, I had Instagram and Snapchat, and hopefully other people's parents were like more proactive on that, or maybe you're Amish and you're not watching this right now, but most people were using it at my age, and that's why I used it. I wanted to be in the loop with everyone else. It was a cultural thing, and I think it's still a cultural thing. Like, TikTok's here now, there's a bunch of other apps. And in essence, I feel like we had our brains rewired in the sense that, like, I am watching you do something. You are watching me do something. I am posting these things and we are watching each other attempt life. Because of this and learning that at a young age, you kind of start telling yourself, everyone is always watching me. Everyone knows when I try something and I'm bad at it. People know when I'm good at things. And I think it started to create this kind of fear that people are now too afraid to even start because of the thought that people are watching them, Like, I've gotten a lot of questions with social media over the past few years from my friends being like, why, like, aren't you afraid to try? Like, aren't you afraid you'll, like, mess up and everyone will see it? Aren't you afraid that you're going to be cringy and then someone you like is going to see it? Aren't you afraid that, like, isn't it going to be so embarrassing, like, if it doesn't work out for you? And it's just kind of like, no, I don't know. It's like, it's so interesting that I'm like, why would you even have those thoughts? Like, to me, I view it in a different lens where I'm like, wouldn't it be so fun to just try? Wouldn't it be so fun? Like, for instance, let's say with social media, like, I made a new social media account to show my friend 2 months ago, which is the Not Gigi Jarvis account. And I wanted to show them, like, hey, like, I will start from zero with you to show that trying is cool. Trying is fun. Like, it's okay if you're not like posting a video and like, it isn't like 1 million views. You don't have 1 million followers. Like, I think it's so human to love the process of trying. The thought that I am doing this because I like it, because I think it will be fun, I'm going to do it. Like, I think it's crazy how many people are so hesitant on trying things that they would probably love. The process of making things, like, they lose all of that because of the thought that people are going to judge them. But then you have to ask yourself, like, if there's someone, this is what I think. So I think genuinely it's loser behavior. If someone is doing something and you're watching them do something and you're like, Yeah, I'm gonna put my 2 cents in. It's not that good and you could do better. I've seen so and so do so much better than what you're doing. It's like, okay, if you think you can do better than someone else, then do it. Ooh, who said that? Who said that? If you think you can do better than someone else, then do it. Like, I don't understand the thought of someone sitting there being like, oh, cringe, cringe, embarrassing. Like, oh, look at so and so, they're trying. Isn't that so embarrassing? Like, I think it's more embarrassing to talk about someone else doing the dang thing than you sitting there critiquing everything from what? You got any like proof to show that you know what you're talking about? Because then if you have done the thing and then you're just dogging on someone for trying, I feel like that's its own little realm of like, okay, you know how hard it is to do the thing. Why are you making it harder for other people? Like, are you kind of just stagnant? But that's a different conversation. But yeah, I'm just like, that's so interesting that like as a generation, or maybe even for future generations like Gen Alpha, it's just become so like, I need to be safe. I need to be like, I'm not going to speak my mind and be my true self. I'm not going to even try, because if I put myself out there, if I'm vulnerable, then people like, what if it's cringe? What if it's embarrassing? But it's like, at the end of the day, also, who decides what's cringe and embarrassing versus cool? You know, if, I don't know, I started like, I'm going to walk around my bum-ass tripod, you know, and someone was like, that's so cringe. Like, that's such an ugly color, you know, then am I just going to sit there and be like, you're so right? Or I could be like, actually, no. Like, have you guys seen the post that's like, you have to go through cringe valley to get to cool peak or something like that, to get to swag peak? Because like, yeah, like anyone that is deemed as like cool or has something that's in is usually someone that is doing something different, that's doing something unique, that's doing something, you know, the path less traveled. And on that path, I don't think anyone will ever just get on the like path and then get it right the whole way up. Like, that just makes no sense to me. Like, you are going to fail. But that is the awesome part about it. Why not try and fail and then just get up again and be like, I'm resilient. I'm going to try again, and I will just change the things I messed up on. I will just do better my second time around. I'm going to try it. Then to just like sit back and be like, I wanted to do that, but like it could be embarrassing, you know? Like, I think it's a little bit sad and disheartening to see my generation and the next generation kind of grow into this perfectionist mindset that like everyone's watching you, and if you don't get it right the first time, then you suck and you have no redemption. You can't do anything with your life. You know, it's like, dang, like, no. As long as you know that like you have a good heart and you have good intentions and you're willing to fail, you're willing to grow, you're willing to learn, then everything will work out for you. Yeah, I've been told my whole life that my thought process is way different than most people. So maybe this is just a crazy hot take and everything I do is really cringe and embarrassing and I'm just the only one that doesn't see it. But at the end of the day, that's okay with me. I guess that's my rant for the day. But yeah, I guess I hope you guys are having a good day. If you are considering trying anything new, you should definitely do it. And know that I'm rooting for you. Like, feel free to comment below the thing that you're trying. So, anywho, I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.